gotta be. There ain't no better feeling than when
What up, though, my people? It's your friendly neighborhood Highbrarian, Lewis Automatic, back with a special book review. The Beauty and the Beast, an erotic retelling by Jessica G. Rabbit, better known as Jessica Grabbit. Now, this book right here, this book is a hell of a read right here. It's an erotic retelling, but the eroticism is carefully weaved in a story of love, emotional bond, trauma bonding, connection. I mean, like, there's so many different layers to this book. You know what I'm saying? We could be at it all day. And, you know, I wanted to just do like a straight up and down summary, but like I feel like this book has too many different parts, you know, like it's a retelling of the Beauty and the Beast. So if you've seen the Disney picture, then you might have a good idea of what happened. But you know, I kind of just want to get into these bullet points that I have right now, because I tried this a bunch of different ways, but I feel like this would be like a 30-minute to an hour-long video, you know. So I just want to get to these hashtag, these bullet points that I have right here. So hashtag the Prince, you know. At the tender age of 21, you know, that's one of the main characters, Aislinn. There's two main characters, Aislinn, who would be the Beast, and Belle, who is the Beauty. Now, Aislinn, he was already caught up in the rapture of his sins, you know, totally content to drink and fornicate his life away. You know, the spoils of a prince who really didn't even want the throne. You know, he felt that his father, you know, King Aliard, never loved him because he truly didn't. You know, his mother died, you know, giving birth to him. He was set up for failure, but on the outside looking in, we all want that type of life. You know, we always see somebody at a mansion, or, you know, just living like this life with butlers and maids. And you always think that, you know what I'm saying, you want that, or you want to be born in something like that, but we don't really think about the burden and the pressures that come with that. Now, you know, he was actually late for his own birthday party, and that's caused a fuss between he and his father. And, you know, you just have to know the grass isn't always greener on the other side, and, you know, there's no such thing as a life better than yours, as J. Cole would say. So, you know, I want to get to hashtag number 2, Vanity Kills. You know, what they say, what's on the inside shows up on the outside, and basically a witch showed up, just to make things quick. A witch showed up, which, you know, Aislinn, while he was entertaining his horde, he just told her to get out of here. He treated her like a vagabond, treated her real nasty, and she ended up hitting him with the ultralight beam and put a curse on him. You feel me? So now he basically became this beast, and in order to, it's supposed to last for about 6 seasons. In order to cure this spell, he had to find his one true love, and he had like this rose that was in a glass bottle, and when the last petal hit the flow, it was a wrap. That spell was permanent. And that led me to hashtag number 3. You know what I'm saying? Feminism. Why do I say that? Well, this was during the time, you know, Belle, she's from the land of Voisin, if I hope I'm pronouncing that right. King Aislinn, or Prince Aislinn, he's from the land of Diodor, so it's 2 separate lands, or two separate royalties or whatever. But in the land of Voisin, I guess it was illegal for women to read, and basically they were bargaining ships and barter ships, because Belle was sold to Monsieur Louis, the famous warrior, which is what Lewis Automatic, that's what Lewis stands for, famous warrior in French. But, you know, she was so loyal to her father that she was willing to go through with it. And, you know, it's just, you know, the matters of the heart versus the matters of the family, which back then, you know, saying that was a big sacrifice for, you know, saying women to make. Like I said, it was all about the family. Now, hashtag 4, parallel. Because a parallel that I saw with Aislinn and Belle was, now we're going to fast forward a little bit. Aislinn and Belle were both unimpressed with the luxuries bestowed upon them. Could this possibly mean that they were equally yoked? Now, why do I say that? Belle's father, a man by the name of Yuri, that's who sold her off to Monsieur Louis. Yuri basically, after, you know what I'm saying, he and Louis did the deal or whatever, Louis sent them off. He sent them off on a dummy mission. And he sent him to an evil forest to get killed by wolves and whatnot. And, you know, like I said, he left Voisin and ended up in Diodor. And he found Aislinn's castle on accident, just, you know what I'm saying, looking for a place to stay. And he ended up becoming Aislinn's prisoner. Aislinn took him down to the dungeon. He caught him in there asleep. And, you know, Belle, she went out looking for her father. And subsequently, she found the, you know what I'm saying, she found the castle. And, you know, Aislinn said, you can make a trade, basically. Because, like, it ended up being this magical enchanted castle where, like, once you say something, you say you want something, it appears. Like, she was, like, you know what I'm saying, wild and bedazzled by all this magic shit. So basically, Aislinn said, you know what I'm saying, this could be my one true love. So he told her, you could trade places with your father, And then she agreed to it. Her father disappeared. She don't know where he went. And basically, she subsequently took her father's place. #6. That made me think about, in modern terms, how people go from one bad situation to another, thinking they escaping this capture, or like, not capture, but like a bad relationship, an abusive relationship. And they go from one basically abusive relationship to the next type shit. So it's like, just they're being fooled by their own naivete. The foolishness of their heart, because they're thinking that, not to a certain extent, it's the other person, but you have to also think about it's you. It's you that you're just deciding to go through this. Even though she felt like she was doing a great deed by obeying her father, she basically sold herself into slavery. So it's like, I don't know, it's just like a lot of times, we be doing shit to ourselves and shit. But that's my opinion, you feel me? But #7 though. Once, basically she was there and she basically grew accustomed to being around Aislinn. Women are more mature than men. Here's why I say this. As she bathed and she looked into the beast's eyes, she saw past all the gruesome scars and the tattoos, the evil facial expressions, all the wounds and stuff on his face. And she basically saw that it was something about him. It was something more to him than just him being this beast. And even after they had sex, well, it wasn't really, I don't know, like they had sex, let's just say that. But she had more, she was even more caught up in him. Like, she was just as enchanted with him as the house was. You feel me? She was just as enchanted with him as the house was enchanted itself. So that just goes to show, how the power of seduction, I guess, and she escapes, but he ends up saving her from these wolves. Like, Aislinn ends up saving her after she escapes from the castle, because she's like, with this guy, I don't really want to be around this guy. So she escapes or whatever. But then, he ends up saving her from these wolves and takes her back to the castle, you feel me? So that creates kind of like this back and forth, push and pull, kick and kiss kind of relationship. And she ends up just wanting him more type shit. And so, like, the deeper I got in the book, the more I realized, more obvious it became how emotional connections tantalize the spirit and stir the soul, Even though he was like a bad man, or she originally perceived him to be a bad man, a real aggressive man, uncouth, no manners, just flipping it with the tongue. She found herself, being attracted to that guy and just seeing that, seeing the good, seeing the good in the quote unquote bad guy. And it was a bit of I say somewhat a little bit of Stockholm syndrome as well, because at the end of the day, he did basically kidnap her, But she was feeling him though. But it's a fairy tale. And as time went on, Aislinn began to see Belle as the yin to his yang, you feel me? I think the things that come to my mind are the laws of polarity, opposites attract. Those are two things that come to mind when I read this book, because, like I said, it's the beauty and the beast, It's hot and cold. So that's just how it works sometimes. I feel like this book is dropping hella game on how to unlock a woman's heart, through these unforgettable experiences that evolve you and show you who you really are. Belle ended up becoming a hunter. And, what's so crazy is she began to vision the target as Monsieur Lewis. Also, in addition to giving her the freedom she longed for in a world where it was illegal for women to read, he actually gave her a whole library. Like, he opened up the queen, like the library of the queen to her. So, like, that was a wow, if I must say so myself, because, like, this guy, he's a Brutus. He's a brute. He's the beast. But, eventually he grew to be, basically the type of man that she wanted to be around type shit. All right, so I can't lie. I feel like this book was the definition of intimacy. Like, I feel like I said, it says it's an erotic retelling, but it's not the type of just overt sexuality that you might think from a novel, or even just because it was written by, an adult film star. This, I feel like it was very subtle and romantic. That's the best way to put it. Like, it was a lot of the intricacies of intimacy that showed up in this book. I feel like that was what was most powerful about this book. And okay, so like the beast ended up overpowering Aislinn, and things went haywire. Like, as he was making love to Belle, his fangs ended up coming out. He ended up biting into her neck, fucking her up. So like, that was a whole drama right there. And then eventually Monsieur Lewis, he ends up showing up, and but like I said, Belle became a hunter, so her archery skills came in handy. She killed Louis and his henchmen, and thus bringing forth the witch, and the witch lifting the curse from Aislinn, basically, because he found his true love. And in the epilogue, it's even crazier because when he woke up, he was back 21. It was all a dream, you feel me? And what's so crazy, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, it was his birthday party, but his mom's was there. Like, the queen, she was there. His mom's was there, like she had never died when she had gave birth to him. It was like so crazy. And then, like the Princess of Voisin came in, and it was Belle. So it was like the, I guess like an arranged marriage or whatever, but it was just like everything that they wanted had came true, like in a rebirth, or like in a, like I said, I guess it was all a dream, but it was like a new life had started all over again. And, you know, basically it was happily ever after. Like I said, but like this was a very good book. Like I said, it was an erotic retelling, so it's like I said, this is an intimate book. It's a romantic book. Like I said, this is really like, it just shows you about how important emotional connections are. You feel me? When you have an emotional connection with a person, an emotional bond with a person, I feel like that transcends so much. You feel me? And like, I ain't on no like shit like, oh yeah, love conquers all shit, because there's some shit that love can't conquer. You feel me? But I just feel like when you have a bond with a person, I just feel like no matter what, that shit you will always have that. You know, and like I said, this is a very good book. Like self-published. That's how I know, like, Jessica, like you really like into writing, because you put this out yourself. And like I said, it's just super dope. So I look forward to checking out more of your writings. But like I said, it's your neighborhood Highbrarian, Lewis Automatic, signing out.